Okay, looks like we're off. Just going to refresh my streams here, make sure I'm in sync as we go in Yoshi Island 2. Nice, easy way to get into the run. Nothing too scary. Just don't do anything silly. We'll see if either of them go for the 361, just for swag really. Looks like RandomEffekt might have gone for it, didn't get it. Neither does Chab0z. So 2 360s starting out, all square. Now for box jump. RandomEffekt gets the box jump. Chab0z 2. That's the first real test of the nerves. My streams are a little off sync, but they should be perfectly together at this point. No mistakes from either player so far. See very slight variance on strategies. And RandomEffekt getting the 258. Not quite enough running across those brown platforms, which will move you forward ever so slightly. So a few frames lead for Chab0z as we enter Yoshi Island 4. A little more of a challenge here if you're not familiar with the levels, just to keep the B speed, but no problem at all for these guys. Don't think we saw attempts at the shell jump there. Not necessary. Okay, I've just been informed I'm way ahead. Apologies. I'm going to hold back on the commentary a little bit and try and sync myself up as we enter Iggy's. Don't need any heroics going through underball here. Just take it nice and steady. And it looks good for both runners. More than steady. Very, very solid room ones there. Both going for fire strats. That is the typical strat we're going to see here. And it's to the Iggy kills. As long as you don't slide off the bottom, it can't be that bad. And both of them looking together. Decent Iggy kills. Not gone for the very fastest, dropping a few frames, and a sensible choice. Go with what you're comfortable with, and in the course of the run it really won't make a difference. So far, despite the big gap in the seeding, great quality play from both players equally so far. So time to get cape. And it looks like they've both managed it. Chab0z keeping P speed, or gaining P speed for the flight just a bit quicker, but still not a lot in it. Ooh, RandomEffekt just getting caught on the cloud there, but calmly backing it up. Three, 4, 5, dropping a little bit of time, but RandomEffekt has kept the run alive for sure. They both head into Donut Secret. We'll expect Dry Room here to get the shell, but we'll see if they both want to go for that. Chab0z is going dry room. Very nicely done. RandomEffekt struggling with the shell a little bit. And a bit of a gap is beginning to emerge between these two players. But it's nothing that a death wouldn't turn around, or a lost cape at any point. So very much in the balance. Chab0z looking very confident in the ghost house. For a race situation, this is very smooth. RandomEffekt going a little safer. The main thing is to keep that cape. Don't want to be unnecessarily risky. And Chab0z there, finishing that off very nicely. 369 door, very impressive with those race strats. Chab0z is going to move on to zips. As RandomEffekt just gradually falling a little behind, but only a little bit. RandomEffekt 2 will go on to the zips. See if RandomEffekt goes to the zips. I'm not sure if RandomEffekt is going for the zips there, but it looks fairly safe in any case. Falling back about a level behind at this point. As Star Wars 2 uneventful, competently executed by Chab0z. RandomEffekt going for the star there. That's very interesting. Haven't seen that very often, but I think that's a very sensible idea. Only costs a tiny bit of time. Very nice Star Wars 3 by Chab0z. Very nice indeed. And looks to be continuing to pull away. RandomEffekt win. Valiant effort. No big mistakes anywhere. It's just a gradual dripping of time, a little bit per level. And Chab0z shows no sign of slowing down. This is a fantastic run. Looking a bit low, RandomEffekt. Needs to get a bit of high back. Oh, that is a shame. And now there's a real decision on. Go back for the cape or go for the no cape strategies. Looks like RandomEffekt's going to go back. Definitely an understandable option if you're not comfortable with the strats. As Chab0z looks to defeat Bowser. Keep cape for this entire fight. Chab0z looking very solid, and a second attempt here at Star Wars 4. Don't worry about flight speed. Just get under that last platform and then go. And it looks like he's going to be okay this time. RandomEffekt gets it. As Chab0z looks to move on to the final phase here. Looks like Chab0z could do very well. There was no part of this run so far that seemed shaky in any way. Going to move on to the final hit here. As RandomEffekt looks to make its way through the castle. And here we go. That looks like GG for Chab0z, taking that first win down. Extremely strong performance. A 10:51. Chab0z's PB is a 10:45. Very impressive as well. But to get within 6 seconds of it in a race is fantastic. RandomEffekt making a safe passage through that dark room. That last Mecha Cooper can be very mean. I think stopping the B speed can always be a decent option. If you get hit there, it's probably going to lose you about 10 seconds. Most of it through not having cape in the Bowser fight. But if you're not familiar with the non-cape kill, it could cost you an awful lot more than that. RandomEffekt certainly looks comfortable with the cape version of the kill. Let's hope this can be closed out nicely. Give some good confidence for the next match. Because all in all, a very solid run by RandomEffekt. Just Starboard 4 really. That's always a risk. Setting up for ball skip. Looks like for the non-cape version, which I would always recommend. Oof. A slight variant on it there, I wasn't familiar with. It didn't quite work out. And now it's going to be 2 more of the balls. It definitely is now. Oof. Well, at least the run was dead. And RandomEffekt can look to get the Bowser fight in the next one. I think once something's gone wrong on the Bowser fight and it's time to improvise, it can be tough. When everything's in the same exact pattern as you used to, it's so much easier. So final phase now. Again, when you don't have a Mecha Cooper to start the phase off, you have to adapt. And RandomEffekt does very well. 13:59. Really, that could have been several minutes faster, just for the Bowser fight and the Starboard 4. But GG to both runners there. So it looks like we'll have a quick interlude as we get ready for the second of a possible 3 matches. And I will be right back. All right. Is the title of this stream updated for everybody else? Sometimes Twitch doesn't update the titles if you've had the page open, and I've had my page open. So I'm still getting it reported as the Super Mario Advance tournament. It's probably just on my end. But it definitely isn't. We're definitely in the second round, the 11 exit, no major glitches. Looks like Chab0z is ready to go. And after that performance in the first match, no surprise, picking up the W. Okay, looks like RandomEffekt's getting ready as well. Straight into the second match here. No time to go back and practice little bits and pieces. I can imagine that could be quite tough if you just make one or two mistakes that you feel like you'd like to just iron out. Looks like there isn't any time for that. And we're about to get going here. Back into the old faithful Yoshi Island 2. And Chab0z going for the swag there, picking up the extra life. Hopefully won't be required. We'll see if anybody goes for the 361 this time. Normally running through this level as fast as you can go. Just about not fast enough to get the 360. So by going neutral and stopping the oscillating speed, if you get lucky and it stops on a good speed, you can save a frame or two and just get the swagger that time of being on the 361. Doesn't look like we're getting it this time, and they're both through box jump again, no problems. So hopefully we can get out of Yoshi's Island, same as last time, with no issues. Everybody's been paying attention to Dotz's video, saving the frame, not running over the that gap, which potentially loses a frame apparently. It's one to Y4. Don't think we had any attempts at the shell jump last time. And Chab0z stomping that shell. If you're not going to go for shell jump, getting rid of it can be the best way to reduce lag. This level can get quite laggy with all those mines, I guess. Just taxing the game a little bit. RandomEffekt, just with a small issue there. But in the course of the run, no big deal. Chab0z very brave, very competent, going through room 1. I mean, that was pretty close to the 282 without the underball there, not too far off. We go for the 5 kills on Iggy. Very nice. And RandomEffekt too. No mercy. Poor Iggy Cooper had not a chance. So on to Donut Plains again. Time to cape up. Let's see if RandomEffekt can get P-speed a little quicker this time, perhaps. Keep it even closer than it was last time. Chab0z picture perfect again. RandomEffekt going for the same strategy as last time, so it's obviously something RandomEffekt's familiar with and won't lose too much. I wonder if landing on that cloud was part of the plan as well. Don't worry, it's all part of the plan. And now getting a nice high fly. I missed Chab0z's time, so not quite sure if he did manage to lock in that top flight speed. The 344 for RandomEffekt. Wok's giving the knowledge, avoiding the clouds hard if you don't take off from the raised platform. Sure, you can't climb without the pumps. And Chab0z very nice, 257, keeping that shell all the way. And no shell for RandomEffekt. And no items. Maybe the P-switch will come with. Taking it very safe. Meanwhile, another excellent ghost house. Very impressive. That's the double. Oh, RandomEffekt. Just taking that hit. I think the best course of action here would be to go back for the cape straight away. That's what RandomEffekt is going for. And no tools picking up the cape there. It's a few seconds lost. Behind by the donut secret house. Chab0z only the 10th seed here, but this performance is gonna frighten anybody. I mean, maybe not Louis, but anybody else. Chab0z, I mean, missing the second zip at first, keeping composure and getting it halfway down. In my mind, that's more difficult than getting it the first time. Oh, random effect. Losing the cape again. But it's still early on, still before Star World, so not as costly to go back to get it. Just finish it off nicely. Meanwhile, Star World 2. Easy peasy for Chab0z. Last time we saw the 192 from Chab0z in the Star World 3. Oh, not quite this time. The fly sometimes gets away from you. I was going to say up until this point it could almost be a rerun of the first race. Barely a mistake from Chab0z. Meanwhile, RandomEffekt going to pick up that cape. Chab0z looking in no danger here. Very nice. Picks up the key. 272. Obviously got the good flight speed as well. And just Bowser's Castle stands in the way of Chab0z on round 3. Oh, nice zip from RandomEffekt. There was going for the zips there. Again, getting the zip halfway down, I think is trickier than getting it right from the start. And certainly easier to go down. Easier to go wrong. This feels a little less in control. This is an excellent castle by Chab0z. A 359. Very impressive. Yeah, with the fire deboost. I would highly recommend the fire deboost. I think it can be learned very quickly. A lot simpler than the room 7 strat in my mind. And potentially quicker, I believe. Or if not, pretty much the same, only a frame or two in it. RandomEffekt, back to that old nemesis. Oh, Star World 4. Not going for the Yoshi, just teasing us a bit, okay. Now, I think it's got in RandomEffekt's head here. And finally gets it. Now, needs to keep low under these platforms. This is looking better. Making the way up. Yes! Well played. Meanwhile, Chab0z. Picture perfect Bowser. So far. I must say I've lost track of what phase we're on. Either phase 2 or 3. I'll find out in a minute. Looks like it's phase 3. Setting up for hit number 5. Here it comes. GG Chab0z.
I have crippling depression.
2-0. And RandomEffekt taking the room 5. A good choice, I think. Another excellent performance from RandomEffekt. To say only the 74th seed. Oh no, the dark room. Won't be the first to fall to the dark room. Having to think now. Does RandomEffekt know where the cape is hidden? Do I know? Can I tell him? I think it's room 3. I think that's what Dot says. I wonder if he's thinking about calling it. There's a cape in room 3, you follow the diamonds, I think that's the reset there. It looks like that's been called. Oh, I thought the screen had gone, so it's back. Either way, I think 2 excellent performances by RandomEffekt. I was very impressed. Never know what to expect from a lower seed. And just misfortune on Star Wars 3 can easily happen. Very easily. And it just cost so much time. It's the cruel nature of the 11 exit, I think. When you're so reliant on the cape, and it takes, the further you get into the run, the longer it takes to get back to get the cape. But Chab0z with a 10:48 and a 10:51. 2 races, twice so close to the PB. Top quality SMW play. Very tough to come up against that. Very tough indeed. And for the most part, RandomEffekt kept it very close. Gave a real good race. Kept it within one big mistake. Chab0z never looked like making that mistake. But if Star Wars 4 had happened the other way, then it could have been close going into Bowser's Castle. So GG to both runners. Yeah, got the official confirmation. That's a forfeit for RandomEffekt. Very understandable. And I think every chance in the losers bracket. It's a pity the first match wasn't able to take place. According to the seeding, RandomEffekt would have been the underdog, but based on the performance today, I think even without the bye through the first round, we could have seen this match. Okay, and we've got the runners in live.
How you doing?
Hey, RandomEffekt. GG on the run.
Yeah, GG Chab. That was I had a good first run up until Bowser, but you know what it is what it is. Actually, before Bowser.
I'm quite happy with my second run because it's up 10:50.
One moment, I'm just going to turn you guys up so I can hear you properly. I don't know which of you is saying you had a good run before Bowser. Certainly, Chab0z had 2 great runs to Bowser and past Bowser. RandomEffekt had a fantastic run to Star Wars 4. Certainly, the first time.
Yeah, the first run was really good. I was 30 seconds ahead of my PB. My PB's garbage, and I'm new to this game. Let's just make that clear. But the first run was going really well until I just didn't get high enough with the cape to hit the block, and it's happened before, but not very often. That's not a stage I usually lose cape or die in. And my Bowser's Castle and my Bowser fight obviously need work. I've worked a lot on them. It just doesn't come together very well for me yet. But overall, well, glad to be in the tournament, and hopefully I'll put on a better show next time.
Well, thank you for the show. I think it was a great show, and hopefully you get those. Well, you say Star Wars 4 probably won't happen again, and if you just get that Bowser fight improved slightly, we could see a fantastic time for you. Smash that PB.
Yeah, my PB is pretty garbage, so I'm hoping to beat it at some point in the tournament.
Great. And Chab0z, wow, were you expecting to be so good?
Well, I've been practicing recently, but yeah, I think it went pretty well because before this in practice, I died quite sometimes. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
That's great. So, do you guys know who you might be up against in the next rounds? Have a look at this challenge.
I do not.
I can be against Dabs and somebody else. I don't remember.
It could be Dabs or Delca MX. I believe that match is Saturday night.
Oh, cool.
So keep an eye on that. And I'm not sure. you go in the losers bracket? Let's work this out.
Oh, I really don't care who I face. This is a completely new game to me. I played it for the first time last year. Like the actual game for the first time last year. And I picked it up for the 12-hour challenge because it was really fun. And the 11 exit category is really pretty straightforward to learn. And so I picked it up for the 12-hour challenge. And then this tournament came around. I was like, you know what? I could have some fun and play the game, and maybe we'll get a little bit better. Who knows?
Well, you certainly did. And is that still your PB, the time you got in the 12-hour challenge?
No, I actually beat it. I have a 13:31 right now. I didn't submit it because it's garbage, and I need to beat it anyway. And so, yeah, I have a 13:31. It really should be a 12:30. If I do everything like I know I can, it should be a minute faster, and it will be a minute faster, hopefully, in the next week or two.
I think at least, based on that performance, very close to a 12-minute time. I mean, you must have been close to on 12-minute pace. But when that disaster happened in Star Wars 4 the first time and you were just too low, couldn't get the pumps up, that
Yeah,
must have been close to 12-minute pace.
yeah,
If you could have put on a
so.
good finish.
Yeah, that was probably one of the cleanest starts I've had in a while. So that's felt really good. I hit everything that I was worried about, and then I failed the thing that I wasn't worried about. So.
Well, no race nerves then. Are you experienced racing otherwise? Been in tournaments?
Yeah, I'm much more of a Zelda 1 runner. I run The Legend of Zelda on the NES, and I've entered a ton of tournaments for that. We just got finished with a vanilla any percent no open A tournament that I got top 4 in. So I'm pretty experienced with racing. I do randomizers and vanilla games here and there, but so racing doesn't really hurt, and especially going up against somebody like Chab that like he just put up 2 race times that I can't even fathom that I would ever get him ever with this game. So I have 0 race nerves going up against somebody of this caliber.
A tough draw for sure. But yeah, definitely the tournament experience shining through, despite not being able to pick up the win today. And I've been blown away by Chab. Looking forward to you going forward
Yeah, I'm quite excited.
in the winners bracket. I mean,
Yeah, I'm quite
I
excited
think
for the
this
rest of the tourney. It's quite fun, I find.
Yeah, and this whole top 20, I think so many great players, so many great times being posted over the last few weeks. It's really picking up. We
Also,
could see.
There's also like a lot of really good players in the top 20 and 30 that just like have really good 96 times but no 11 exit times. So it can surprise sometimes.
I think we'll definitely see plenty of twists and turns as the tournament progresses. Okay, any more parting words from either of you?
No, I'm good. Thanks for the restream and thanks for the race, GG Chuck.
Yeah, GG you too. And it was pretty fun to race tonight, so thank you everybody.
GG guys, thank you very much. Thank you to Watt for the restream.